I'm here today with Sitarama Penametsu, Director of Product Management. Welcome, Sitarama.
It's great to be here, Jim.
Now, Sitarama, why is testing during development so important?
We see this all the time with our customers, that they skip this important phase of testing during development, and then they go ahead and deploy their product in the field, and they see all kinds of issues in the field that actually cost them a lot of money and time. They realize the importance of testing during the development phase, they come back, and then they start doing development testing again. So if they have done this in the first place, they could have actually avoided all these problems, right?
Drilling down a bit, who exactly should be testing their Wi-Fi, and why is it important?
Yeah, so everyone involved in the Wi-Fi ecosystem should be testing Wi-Fi. In the case of Wi-Fi, what you'll see is there's a new technology phase every 18 months to 2 years. And with every new technology phase, the technology becomes more and more complex. That's the reason why our chip vendors, customers usually test at a very, very early phase. And then once the network equipment manufacturers actually get the reference designs from the chip manufacturers, and they build the devices, and they put special software on top of it, they have to do integration testing to make sure it all works well. Companies that are deploying these networks, like service providers and enterprises, they need to do proof of concept testing to make sure that these devices work well on the network before they're deployed, because they're deploying them at large scale, and it's extremely important for them to test as well.
Okay, now if you're deploying a network, say 150 access points around a campus, what should you test to make sure it works and it's secure?
When you deploy these networks at scale, being able to scale the network and to make sure that the network is highly secure is extremely important, right? So with large-scale deployments, you typically see single points of failure. Like in the case of Wi-Fi, we have something called as a wireless LAN controller that manages all the access points across the network. So since we have single point of failure, we need to make sure that these devices can scale and can support thousands of users successfully, and can actually detect any kinds of attacks and security breaches on the network.
Now, following on that, what kinds of breaches have you seen from bad Wi-Fi configurations?
You don't need to be plugged into a wall socket, into an Ethernet cable to actually launch an attack on a network. All you have to do is sit in the parking lot of a financial institution or a bank or a large enterprise, and you just have to find an open network. And you can hack into the open network sitting in the parking lot and then launch attacks inside out of the network. And then there is also securing the devices, right? Securing the devices is extremely important with the new IoT trend. So I'll give you an example. Medical equipment actually use Wi-Fi, right? So if you have a simple device like an infusion pump that administers medicine into the patient's body, those infusion pumps are on the Wi-Fi network. And they actually connect to the nurse's station and get commands from the nurse's station to administer a certain amount of medicine into the patient's body. So there are some things that happened recently where a hacker would spoof a network and have the infusion pump connect to the spoofed network. And now what they can do is, through the spoofed network, they can send commands to the infusion pump to administer a lethal amount of dose into the patient's body and essentially killing the patient. So it could really cause huge problems, and it's very, very scary.
What other issues have you seen from bad Wi-Fi configurations?
So when you deploy a Wi-Fi network, you need to plan the network properly for capacity and coverage. So for example, if you have a conference room, you need to make sure that you have enough bandwidth capacity planned there for a lot of users, as opposed to a hallway where you might not have a lot of users. If you have a CEO in the office, you want to make sure that their iPhone or their device gets the highest priority on the network when compared to everyone else, so that they can get their job done. So setting up user-based QoS policies, traffic-based QoS policies, you want to make sure that you minimize the amount of, let's say, peer-to-peer traffic on your network, right? So it's important to configure those things properly.
What are some best practices relative to testing during development?
I mean, when it comes to testing Wi-Fi during the development phase, you need to proceed from a highly deterministic way of testing. Try to recreate real-world deployment environments in a lab using proper test equipment, and then test them under very repeatable conditions, so that you can bring realism, but at the same time have repeatability in your testing.
Sitarama, thanks so much for being here. Fantastic insight.
Thank you so much.